Welcome to America's heartland, Bloomington, Indiana, home of the Indiana Hoosiers. Memorial Stadium will be jumping in anticipation of what we've got in store today. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see, the number 6 team in the country, the UCLA Bruins. The Bruins will kick it away to start us off. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. The Hoosiers offense will get the first swing of the game. There he is, the man who makes everything go, and they believe they're going to score every time they touch it when he's on the field, Jesse.
He plays with unbelievable confidence, Reese. Always knows where to go with the football. The entire playbook is at this guy's disposal.
Yeah, which is so much fun for a coach. So much fun to play with him. A guy that can do everything. Everybody on the field is active and a weapon.
They want to run it left here. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
The give to the back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play?
Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. And the ball is caught. He's inside the 35.
Good pass protection isn't just offensive line, right? Running backs also have to be able to pick up the blitz. That running back did an outstanding job. That allowed his quarterback to just buy a little bit more time before making that throw.
They'll try the run. Tough sledding there as he picks up 1 to the 29.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. They'll give him 1 to the 28-yard line. A little less room to work with now as the ball's at the 28 and it's 3rd and long. Back to throw, it's Mason. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. And he's got to find the right combination of distance and accuracy from the right hash and 45 yards out. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
This is a team that really prides themselves on starting fast. We've seen that before, and here they are playing at home today. Nice job on the opening drive. Lots of poise, good emotion. They don't get the touchdown they would have liked, but they kick a nice field goal. They've got the lead. Head coach has to be happy with that.
The Bruins offense has the ball for the first time. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, then they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt. They got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football game.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. On first down, here comes this offense. Power football with the run. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. The margin for error is so small in this conference. It's really imperative to get off to a good start in Big Ten play.
Especially, Reese, since you're adding so much talent now to this conference. But, yeah, year in and year out, you know the mainstays in this conference, but there's always some surprises. And I'll be interested to see how everybody starts off this season. Listen, this is your first opportunity, Palmer, in conference play, in a major conference, obviously in the Big Ten, to make your first statement.
And it's going to be taxing all season long for these players. Physically, obviously, and you expect that in the Big Ten Conference. But now adding all those West Coast teams, these guys are going to be flying back and forth across the country a lot this year. They have to get off to a fast start today. That's what makes this game so critical.
They're going to go right back to him on first down. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one.
The quarterback scrambled around, but the defense able to scramble him and turn it into a sack. A chance to sort of put the defense on its heels if you convert a 3rd and long. This one from the 44. Throws to the tight end. And he intercepts it. Those kind of plays can be huge for momentum. Even with the short return, they're set up at the 45. Here comes the offense on 1st down. The toss sweep to the right. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. The marker is at the 35, and they need to get it there to convert 3rd down. Quarterback on the keeper. Crosses the 30, he's got a lane. He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the 1st down. And the Hoosiers come to the line with a new set of downs. Handoff from the gun. He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the 1st down.
Well, with the weapons this offense has, you knew it was just a matter of time in the run game before someone was going to break a long one. They'd just been running into a wall. They just couldn't seem to find their creases and get enough movement up front, but they finally got it there, picking up the 1st. Let's see what happens next.
I know the passing game sells and the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards a pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
He caught it, and he will score. Touchdown, Hoosiers! And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal in 10. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finish it off by connecting from 10 yards out. From inside his own 15, looking for room. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. They'll start this drive with a pass. Pressure coming. He'll pull it down and run. And a nice pickup on the run and gets down to avoid contact.
Gain of 16. 1st down for the offense.
Clock strikes 0 here in the quarter, and Indiana is on top. Man, that was an impressive and dominant 1st quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. First down to start the drive after the break. Motion from the offense. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Running toward the tape. Just making a huge play, and he sets him up all the way down at the 14. A big play has this defense reeling, and now they'll snap it 1st and 10 from the 14. Sweet cut there. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Bruins. And with the extra point, the lead is cut to 3. It's 10-7. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
Indiana 10, UCLA 7.
From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. Really good balance on that last drive. They've mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. The Hoosiers send out the punt unit. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Fields to punt and tries to help improve that field position. Touchdown, UCLA! How about that special teams play? They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're up 14-10. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Texas Tech is getting crushed today, and this is in front of a full house in Lubbock. That fan base should not be subjected to this. They're trailing by 14 to Arkansas State. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Finds the tight end. Still running at the 40. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down. You know, we joked that the tight end's always open, David, but play action almost makes it impossible to keep them covered.
And yeah, because those guys, they're such good blockers most of the time. They're big and physical, and they cell block for a second, and then they run open and they find holes in zones, or they get good matchups. And, man, those tight ends nowadays are nightmares for defenses to try to stop.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
Just a simple power play. Again, not sexy, run the ball up the middle. Physicality, offensive line gets to assert themselves, run block, what they love to do. This pays dividends down the road in the 4th quarter.
Now facing a 3rd and long. To the air, it's Mason. Throws to the wideout. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. A really good return after the interception puts them in business at the 29. UCLA will go back to work on offense. Everybody talks about getting off to a great start, but if you start building steam, David, that can work too.
No doubt, man, and sometimes it snowballs. But what do great teams do? Great teams respond. Struggled the first quarter, Palmer. They've done a great job rebounding and putting some points on the board.
You're right. I think they've started to identify the matchups that are in their favor. On this drive, they need to keep attacking, taking advantage of those matchups.
Wants to throw on 2nd down. He'll take a shot. And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Bruins!
UCLA.
And this connection is on fire to start the season. Not one, not two, 3 games in a row he's got a receiving touchdown. They continue to find the playmaker, and I don't think it's going to end after game 3.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
21, Indiana, 10.
He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him, maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
Couldn't find a lane, a pickup of 1 to the 31.
Now, that's what you try to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
3rd down after the run. Back to throw, it's Mason. Gets open down the middle. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
Wow, and what a great job by that quarterback, finding his open receiver on 3rd down. You know, guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is 3rd down conversion percentage. If you're a great 3rd down team, it's invaluable to your offensive success, and that's why teams drill 3rd down so much in practice.
And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. He's looking to throw. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. Got to get to the line quickly for this third down play. He's looking downfield to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Not the type of accuracy you typically see from this senior quarterback. And the Hoosiers will try to pin them back with the punt. The last time they punted, it went back for 6. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of bet.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
Intercepted. He goes out of bounds, but he creates the turnover and a great opportunity for his offense.
Quarterbacks, it's not just about speed. Like, listen, man-to-man, you just come up, get your man, I got it, right? I run all over the field with him. But when you play zone coverages, I got to understand what it is, and I got to understand my assignment. I got to get deep in cover 3 zone. That's my third of the field. Quarterback does a really good job understanding zone principle, taking off, making the INT.
On 2nd and 10, a 4 wideout set, trips right. To the air, it's Mason. Fires to the wideout. Right on the money to the outside. He dragged the toe, and how about the ball placement? Only the receiver could get it. Ball marked at the 26. It's 1st and 10. He wants to throw. And it's incomplete. It was wild, high, and wide on that one. They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Throws to the wideout. Fires into traffic, intercepted.
And that's just excellent coverage. Man, cover 1, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board, and you still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. He's looking deep. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. 3rd and 10, still backed up inside their own 20. This drive hasn't really gotten started. From the gun, wants to pass. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. A first half that saw a little bit of everything there in Bloomington. And it's been said football is a game of inches. And guess what? Based on the comparison between 3rd down conversion rate today and the average yard per play, how can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen in panic. But really, this game is going to come down to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Memorial Stadium.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. The Hoosiers will line up to kick off and start the second half. Going for the return. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. UCLA will go back to work on offense. They go to work in the third quarter with the lead, but they have had a little trouble keeping their quarterback upright.
Yeah, you have the lead, you're positive, but the offensive line coach is definitely going to be upset. And the offensive coordinator, listen, I don't want my guy getting touched. He's being productive, but give him some more time here in the second half.
I think you can do that, too, offensively, by maybe leaving your tight end in to help block, maybe chipping with running backs to help these tackles out on the edge, because you're right. That pocket has been shaky, and if it continues to be that way in the second half, this could be a much different-looking football.
They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Really nice job to get it past the sticks, pick up the first down at the 30.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Well, I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. That linebacker saw the express lane right to the ball carrier.
And a great job by the defensive line getting some push, making them use their resources on him. The linebacker comes free, bringing them back in the backfield for a tackle for a loss.
From the gun on 3rd down. Fires to the tight end. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like, because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball in a soft spot, giving his quarterback a place to go with it. Nice job of those guys being on the same page, though.
Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. And the Bruins come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback will audible. Going up top on first down. They're trying to get to it. Wide open downfield. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Grabbed in the middle, it's Church. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal. So close to cashing it in for this offense. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. Now the offense tries to punch it in on 2nd and goal. Give to the fullback. Touchdown, UCLA! And they take it in for 6 more points. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
2 very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Oklahoma State escaped with the victory, and I say escaped. Look, in college football, teams will take any win, but I think those Pokes fans could have done without this one being so close. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way, but I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
The run from the shotgun.
I gotta be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We've talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Just a short return, but that would have been icing on the cake. They've got it 1st down at the 42.
Turnover margin always goes such a long way in deciding who wins the football game. Interception number 3, that is no bueno. Got to take care of the football. Can't keep putting your defense in a bad position, putting them on the field time and time again.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
Give to the back. They finally get him on the ground with a big running play, moves the change for the 1st down.
Another good run. Man, he has been picking up yards in bunches today. Jesse showing off all the skills.
And he's showing no signs of slowing down, David. This guy just gets better as the game goes on. He is a beast.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. That's the end of the quarter, and UCLA has the lead. And they've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we've gotten here. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. 2nd down here as they go back to work after the break. Wide receiver shows motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Yeah, and way to be creative. Way to get the ball in the perimeter really quickly. Get some speed outside. All you got to do is secure that edge, and you're just trying to get that 1st down. Nice job. Nice play call by the offense.
He's got his man. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
A nice job.
Now, we'll hang on here. The coach is calling a timeout. He wants the officials to take another look. Thinks he's got a good shot at getting this one overturned. He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. Here's the handoff. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the 1st down.
Everything going the offense's way. They're trying to ice this game late. They got a really nice lead, so you just want to run the ball, high percentage throws, and keep the chains moving, and they're doing that. This is
touchdown Bruins! And the beatdown has ensued. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
Salt into wound, right? Late in the 4th quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and get me another touchdown.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Indiana, 10.
He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field to score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
That last completion sets them up on 2nd down. Looking to throw, it's Mason. He lofts one down the sideline. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops, just not in sync. And that's
another interception. That's his 4th of the day. He was trying to get that return going. Instead, he'll hand it to his offense at the 38. Line gets set. First down. Out of the chute. Quick toss to the right.
It's so nice as a quarterback when you've got a guy like that working for you in the slot. He has such a good feel to find the open spaces in the defense. Just makes life so much easier for his quarterback.
Pocket starts to collapse. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. 3rd and short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on 4th down by what they call here. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36. The Bruins will snap it on 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Feeling some heat. Trying to make magic with his feet. A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You can get the ball out, but when things break down, they get off.
Deep shot for the end zone. And that one's way too far for everybody. And the throw and catch was good, but you got to do it in the field of play, and he couldn't quite keep that foot in bounds. Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. Can't hang on in the end zone, and that one is going to drive him crazy when he watches it. It'll be 3rd down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd down, going up top. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. And it's incomplete. The long pass downfield they couldn't hook up.
This is so a Jesse Palmer. Exactly what he would do. Continue to put the foot on the accelerator, try to rub it in. Can't win by enough. Got to look good in the polls. This is your kind of offense, Palmer.
And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. No room to return, but no problem after making a play like that, and they'll have it at the 25. Off the play fake on 1st down. He caught it. Touchdown, UCLA. And the route is on. That lead's a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in week 3. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
That makes the score UCLA 42, Indiana.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up.
Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a 1st down.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they...
And it's another interception as his assault on the record book continues. Down after a good return on the interception.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passed, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. On target over the middle. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
UCLA.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
A strike downfield. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. Trying to get to it. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Oh, and they corral the ball so they avoid the turnover, but man, did they lose a chunk of yardage. Good presence of mind by the quarterback there to not panic when the ball went on the ground and able to get it back.
I would just like to see better ball security, Reese, from the quarterback, too. You know, you got to keep 2 hands on the ball at all times. It doesn't matter. You're looking downfield. You know you're going to have guys around you trying to swat away at the football. Got to keep 2 points of pressure at minimum on that ball, and the quarterback lucky to fall on that one.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. And the Hoosiers will bring the punt team onto the field. Perhaps feeling that coverage coming, signals for the fair catch and makes it at the 25. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan come.
He's got it down the left side. Hit the gas, kid. Wide open ahead. Touchdown, Bruins. And the stomping has commenced.
Number 21.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conservative. Because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route.
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
And, man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and makes you want to believe in them. This offense has a lot of work to do before their next football game. And it's always interesting when you get into this garbage time and if it really matters or if it doesn't. And depending on who you talk to, it matters. But that's a big passing play. They just needed a lot more of those in this football game so they could score some points because this offense, it was a disappointing day.
Well, these guys have gotten off to a great start, getting out of the gate 3-0. Jesse, do we have a contender on our hands?
I know it's early, Reese, but this looks like a team right now that could be in that college football playoff discussion come year's end. They've got the playmakers. They've got an outstanding coaching staff. They've overcome some tests early, David. I know it's a long season, but they at least look like they're for real.
They definitely look the part. They look like they're for real. But you know what happens throughout a season. You lose momentum and injury happens. So they're definitely one of those teams we're going to continue to talk about. But it's still early. It's week 3.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Palmer.